weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where we've got plenty of sun out there. Temperature's trying to warm up. We'll take a look at that thermometer in just a moment, but started the morning off a little bit on the chilly side. We did have a number of cities that were talking mid to upper 30s as far as overnight lows go. We had Bad Axe, West Branch, Houghton Lake, Midland, Vassar, Lapeer, Ithaca, and Gladwin, all starting off at about 36 to 38 degrees. And then you get into the northwest corner of the Lower Peninsula. Cadillac dropped down to 32. And then West Central, Ludington, 32 degrees. South Haven, looking at 34 degrees for a low last night. And over by Ann Arbor, we're looking at some temperatures there in the middle 30s as well. Don't really think we haven't heard too much about any frost. But again, when you're so close to that 32 degrees, you have to think that it might nip a few things here and there. But other than that, that's been about it. Mostly clear skies, and that wind died right down. It's going to pick up just a little bit as we go through the remainder of the day today. But Matthew Lester, wind speed, temperatures, what have we got right now?
Currently, over at the airport, it's sunny at 58. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 59. Here at Radio Center, it's sunny at 59. We have northeast winds at 7 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.27, and it's rising.
We do have a high pressure system that's in western sections of the Upper Peninsula. As we mentioned yesterday, it's going to drop, pretty much follow the Lake Michigan shoreline with the west side of the state and drop down all the way into Illinois and then eventually Indiana and Ohio, closer to West Virginia as we get into the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. And along with that, it is going to bring that chance of seeing some shower activity. Not so much during a good part of the daylight hours on Saturday, but a little bit later on in the afternoon and the early evening, we're going to be looking at the opportunity for pop-up showers simply because that air is going to become a lot more unstable. And along with that, this time of the year, anytime you have temperatures in that 80-degree range or a little bit above, and you still got some pretty chilly water, a lot is going to depend on wind speed and wind direction, and it is going to generate some pop-up thunderstorm activity. Looks as though the best day of the two for the weekend coming up is going to be Sunday. Right now, we are looking at a chance of some showers even on Sunday, but that'll be right off the bat on Sunday morning, and it will not be widespread at all. Matter of fact, the Saturday afternoon and evening opportunities for any shower activity is going to be very scattered and isolated. Again, the pop-up type variety, that's what we're going to be looking at, and that's what we have been looking at for the past several days. So 70 degrees, not out of the question for today. We are looking for a north and a northeast breeze. It will pick up a little bit this afternoon, gusting up to right around 20 miles per hour, but then tapering off tonight. We'll have an east breeze tonight to start off, less than 5 miles per hour. Our temperatures, once again, are going to drop down below normal. We should be at 53 for an average low. We'll drop down to 44 for a low tonight with those clear skies. An east breeze becoming a southerly breeze as we go into the midnight hour and the early morning hours tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, it'll be more of a southwest breeze, about 10 miles per hour. We're not looking for any gusty winds tomorrow. Tomorrow night, out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we're going to be looking at a high of 77 and a low of 53, so quite a change from what we will see today. Again, mostly sunny skies. That high pressure will be over Ohio, and then it'll be moving over into West Virginia tomorrow night. And then we're going to keep our eye on a low pressure system in Missouri late tomorrow night, because on Saturday, the clouds are going to increase and there will be a chance of that pop-up shower later in the day on Saturday and early Saturday evening. Saturday's high temperature, simply because we're going to see more clouds in the afternoon. 72 for a high on Saturday, but 57 for a low on Saturday night. And moving into Sunday, if there is going to be any shower activity, it will be in the morning hours, but not very likely on your back porch. Partly cloudy for a good part of the day on Sunday. 78 for a high. Clear skies on Sunday night, 59 for a low. Then moving into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, low to mid 80s throughout that period. And we are going to be looking at a chance of a pop-up shower each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Now, as we approach next weekend, not the weekend coming up, but the following weekend, our temperatures are going to drop down below normal. Average high for this time of the year is 74 and 53 is the low. For the period to take us right up to about the 7th of June, we're going to be looking at above average temperatures. But then right around the 7th, 8th through the 12th, temperatures will be running below normal for this time of the year, but throughout the period, average precipitation values. Incidentally, the average precipitation for the month of May here in the Great Lakes Bay region is just under 3.5 inches of rain so far, and it looks like we're going to end with just a little bit better than 2.5 inches in the gauge out at MBS International Airport. And so far for the year, precipitation-wise, not even a foot of rain, 10.67 inches. A year ago, we were close to 12 inches of rain through the first 5 months of the year. Warmest ever, 30th of May. Some of you will remember this, 1987. 1987 was a warm year, as well as 1988. Two of the warmer years that we had during that decade. Our high was 88 and our low was 70. The coldest ever, May the 30th, 1947. We had 3 straight days in 1947, the 28th, 29th, and 30th of May, where we had the coldest average temperatures for this time period. Incidentally, the record high in the state is 90. That was set back in 1944, tied in 1998, and then tied again a year ago, 2023. The record low, 35, 1945, tied in 1947. As I said, one of the colder ever, May the 30th, and then tied once again in 2021. And a year ago today, obviously, our high was that record of 90. Our low was 57. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have, Matthew?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we do them, we want you to remember the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Great deals right now, but they're going to be ending here pretty quick on Case IH and Yanmar, mowers from Cub Cadet, and off-road vehicles from Polaris. The Yanmar tractors, 21 to 35 horse, They've got a 10-year warranty, and you can choose from low-rate financing for up to 72 months or cash off. Now, those Farmall tractors from Case IH, 35 to 140 horse. You've got 0% interest going on right now or cash back there. Cub Cadet, the ultimate sales event going on. You get rebates of up to $1,000 off on select models. And the Polaris, that off-road vehicle that you're looking for, check them out right now. Choose between low-rate financing or rebates of up to $2,000. Remember, the rebates and the financing vary by model financing, so subject to credit approval. See Weiss Equipment for all the details. Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Go to weissequipment.com for more information. Doing it right longer. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons. Melinda, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. I'm trying to enjoy the weather here a little bit, but it's been a busy day so far. How about you?
Yeah, corn's down 5, soys are down 3, and wheat's down 17. So a bit quiet here today. Corn saw a lot of liquidation and technical selling after yesterday's Tuesday's planning progress numbers. Pressure at the grain market. Bullish news is fading out in the market, and moving forward, corn definitely will need to see an adjustment by the USDA, weather changes, or some demand to support the market. Kind of the same tune in beans. There's a lack of news in the bean market regarding export sales, and they've been very slow in Brazil and Argentina as well, and Chinese getting most of the business. So if we could become more competitive in the Gulf, maybe that could help our export window here in the U.S. And then on the wheat side, wheat is down 17. Wheat's closed lower across all 3 classes, and a lot of it has to do with mostly Russia showing a chance of scattered rains, and then also there's talk that India might lift their tariff as well. So a lot of news to the wheat market that could take the pressure off the wheat.
You know, one thing that I haven't heard in the wheat market lately has been Australia. They've always seemed to be a factor in the past. Have you heard anything at all? What's going on there?
Yeah, not a ton of news on Australia. The only thing I have read on them is China is now willing to accept Australian beef per se, and that's really the only thing I've heard on Australia here in the nearby.
Yeah, it's been pretty quiet down there. So right now on the board, what do you have?
Yeah, right now we're at $3.85 for May corn, new crop corn at $4.10, May June beans at $11.73. New crop beans at $11.30, new crop red wheat at $6.10, and new crop July white wheat at $6.65.
You have a great day. Have a nice weekend coming up. We'll talk to you next week, okay?
Sounds great.
All right, Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer standing by. The market report brought to you by Ed Raymond and Sons. Quality clothing and shoes since 1919. Carhartt's, Red Wing shoes and boots, Stormy Cromer accessories. You know, they've got a selection that's second to none at Ed Raymond's. That's because they stock so much, because they can get so much from the manufacturer. They're one of the one of the bigger retail outlets for a lot of these products, and they're right in Chesaning, 151 West Broad Street, and they're open 7 days. Check them out at edraymond's.com. And by the Frankenmuth Credit Union, they can help with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. So just stop by any of their conveniently located offices. They got over 30 of them all around. Find out how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
No big news out there from what I've been able to gather, unless you know something.
Orange juice hit an all-time high today.
Wow.
How about that? So the fuzzy navel, I don't know. It's going to cost you more.
Story of my life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, milk and now fuzzy navels. I'll tell you.
You know, they planted so many condominiums in Florida that they don't have room for orange groves anymore. So I don't know until they get a second source for oranges or orange juice.
You
Sounds
know,
like they're going to be
I
available.
wondered about that because
Mhm.
Florida's booming when it comes to
Mhm.
building, and it's not just repairing what the hurricane ruined.
Mhm.
I mean, they're
Mhm.
moving off into some, I call it virgin territory, but
Mhm.
they raise a lot of cattle. They used to raise a lot
Did.
of cattle down there, and obviously the orchards.
Mhm.
So something has got to be going by the boards.
Mhm. Well, there it
And
is.
there it
That's how
is.
we know. Well, Kohl's reported their earnings and they missed. They're down 25% today. So, and they said that it was the middle income people that are starting to feel the pain of not having any money. So that's a new twist. You know, we've been talking about the poor people not having money to spend. Now it's the middle income people, and so also the same. Salesforce missed. Now it's a company that helps companies sell online. So Salesforce.com, and they missed for the first time in 18 years as far as revenue goes. So since 2006, they've been knocking it out of the park. And so their stock is down 16%. And Best Buy said that they're sluggish on their electronics business. So there's another one reporting today. I'm kind of throwing out a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in retail, and so the stock market is not taking that all too happily. They're kind of down about 1%, 0.5% to 1%, depending on which market you're looking at. So a lot of red on the screen. And oh, by the way, they pulled over a horse trailer in Texas. Just minor traffic violation, and they found 27 illegals in there, and they weren't horses. So
No.
that's packing them in.
Wow.
Literally. Anyway, so here's your numbers. July corn 449 3/4, down 5.5. December corn 471.5, down 7.25. July soybeans 1211.5, down 2.5. November soybeans 1194, down 2 3/4. July wheat 675.25, down 17.5. And December wheat 719.5, down 16 3/4. Crude oil is 78.32, down 91 cents. Heating oil 241.55, down 4 cents. Gasoline is 241.68. That's down 4.3 cents. Could put us around 310. So they got some wiggle room. I like to call it. The natural gas is 259.7. That's down 7 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.3665 Canadian. That's down 49 ticks. The dollar buys 156.60 yen. That's down 100 ticks. The euro's at 108.40, up 40 ticks. The dollar's at 104.65, down 44 ticks. Gold is at 23.41, down 20 cents. Silver's 31.43, down 78 cents. Platinum's at 1043.50, down $4. And copper's at 465.85, down 13.25 cents.
All righty. You have a good one.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got a great selection of products from Sure Crop and Nature's that'll help you increase your yields. And of course, certified crop advisor Vic Huffer to help answer any questions that you might have. Serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. Freeland Bean and Grain. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soybeans, processing local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. They offer competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Quality Roasting of Reese. We say good morning to Chuck Servinsky over at Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. And Chuck, it looks like we finally got a little bit of sunshine, but that hasn't held a lot of people back from wanting to get some things done outside, has it?
No, this place is crawling with people today buying dairy do stuff, trees, shrubs, garden plants, you name it. People are really getting in the mood right now.
You bring up a really good point about dairy do. That is really becoming an accepted addition for a lot of folks when it comes to plants as well as trees.
Yeah, they're really catching on. We've been with them since they started, and the variety of products that we've got to offer is tremendous compared to what it used to be, when they first started.
So what should we be looking at right now, Chuck?
I'll tell you one thing that we're selling a lot of right now is Veggie Blaster, and this is a liquid product that Dairy Do makes, and it's a liquid plant food, and it's very easy to use. You put that on the end of your garden hose and just simply spray it on your plants for about 3 to 5 seconds, and you can do this every 7 to 14 days. And it's made with a lot of different minerals, which it will increase the flavor of the produce that you're growing, kelp, which improves stress and immune response. It's kind of like vitamin C for your plants. And then fulvic blaster, which is going to accelerate the plant growth and the nutrient intake or uptake with it. So you can use this with vegetable plants and trees and shrubs.
So you've got plenty of selection out there of that Veggie Blaster. I mean, it sounds too good to be true, Chuck.
It is. You've used the Bloom Blaster before, and so have I, and they've got the Turf Blaster and the Fruit Blaster as well. But it's really an easy product to use, and it really does produce results. There's no fooling there.
So all we got to do is stop by. You're over on Eastman Road.
Yep, and we'll show you how to do it with Morgan Composting and Dairy Do products.
Chuck, you have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, okay?
Okay, have a great one.
You bet. Chuck Cervinsky over at Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. We're going to take a break, and then coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
We should have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville.
All righty, but first this.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Are you upset with your current planter performance? Are you considering buying a new planter but blown away from sticker shock? With Precision Planting's V-Set, V-Drive, and Delta Force, we can retrofit your old planter to outperform any new planter on the market. Then access all your data from planting to harvest easily with Field View. Call PC Ag Solutions today and get your parts ordered, installed, and ready to go for the upcoming growing season. 989-868-4444. PC Ag Solutions. We're talking about veggies in Michigan. Quite a bit of activity going on as far as our vegetable crop goes, but by the sounds of it, according to the latest crop progress report, we seem to have quite a few insect developments here in a lot of our crops. Asparagus pickings were very good. The pace began, obviously, a little bit slow. Field tomatoes, eggplant, and peppers continue to be planted. Diamondback moth and cabbage loopers were reported in some areas in the southwest corner of the lower peninsula. Transplanting did continue for those crops. Now, seed corn maggots were active. Producers were seeding and transplanting there. And in the east central and west central parts, aster leafhopper infections in the carrot plants. Now, many potatoes were large enough to be hilled. Colorado potato beetle activity was quite high. And a lot of that has to do, obviously, with the base 50 growing degrees, which not only make our plants grow, but also our insects grow. And that base 42 and base 50 growing degrees are strong enough to enhance insect development in a lot of the fields and in the orchards as well. We'll be right back with Teresa with Baird & Company. But first, this.
Hi, I'm Ray from Begic Nursery and Garden Center in Bay City. With our beautiful new greenhouse, we've grown more space for you to shop for all your lawn and garden needs. Explore the area's largest selection of exclusive cascading waterfalls, outdoor art, gorgeous planters, and pottery that will add the blazes of color combinations you've always dreamed of. Begic's Outdoor Living Center offers you a great selection of comfortable and colorful Berlin Gardens outdoor living furniture. Grilling with the new Weber from Begic's opens the world of possibilities. Visit our grill zone where you'll find the full line of Weber gas grills, charcoal grills, and all the accessories you need for outdoor cooking at its best. A Weber grill cooks restaurant quality meat and veggies in the comfort of your backyard, backed by the power, reliability, and lifetime support of Weber. This is the perfect time to get your lawn in tip-top shape, whether it's seeding, reseeding, or just patching spots. Begic's has the perfect seed for your lawn. Need help outdoors? We'll see you at Begic's this week on M84, 1 mile east of I-75, west side Saginaw Road, Bay City.
Let's touch base real quick here with Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, you must have been out checking on that plant of the week.
Well, I was, Terry, and oops, it's already bloomed. It's lilac.
Oh.
There are so many kinds. Yeah, lilacs are nice, fragrant plants. They're widely adaptable, and there are some dwarfing varieties we have. Now, dwarf doesn't mean it's going to get 8 inches, 2 feet, 3 feet tall. Dwarf means smaller and slower than the parent. So the standard lilac might get 10, 12, 15 feet. The dwarfs, if you never trim them, about 8 feet. But you can maintain them 4 or 5 feet pretty easily. And they have great fragrance, and they bloom more consistently than the standard varieties like they have on Mackinac Island with the Lilac Fest.
Yeah, and you've got them at the nursery.
We sure do, Terry, and we're here till Saturday 9 to 2 and weekdays till 5. Come on out and see us. Got some great lilacs.
Fantastic. Jerry, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. All righty. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Well, I hope the markets are as fragrant and nice as the lilacs, Teresa, over at Baird and Company.
Boy, you just set me up for delivering some hard-to-take news. Unfortunately, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 340 points this morning at 38,100 with 261 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 91 at 16,828 with 447 million shares traded. Stocks of local interest doing a little better with Caterpillar at 340.45, up 235, Deere at 365.90, up 92, CMS Energy 60.86, up 40, Dow 57.26, up 26, DuPont 81.36, up 9, Corteva 54.92, up 65, General Motors 43.24, up 60, Trinzio 345, up 6, Walmart 65 even, up 8, Huntington Bank 13.61, up 14, Independent Bank 24.97, up 51, and AT&T at 17.42, up 30.
You have a great day, Teresa. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Take care.
Teresa DeVoe over at Baird and Company. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City at 602 North Euclid Avenue.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.